Hello, everyone. We're here today to talk to you about the High School Option Program, or HSOP, at Rowan College of South Jersey. This presentation is specific to the Gloucester campus, but we will also give some information about the Cumberland campus. So what is the High School Option Program? This is a program for high school-aged students, ages 15 to 18, usually after the freshman year of high school. We do work with public school students, private school students, and homeschooled students all over New Jersey. This is a program where you can take college-level courses and earn college credits while you are still in high school. Through this program, you may be able to meet both high school and college degree requirements. For some high schools, you are allowed to take a college course in place of a high school course. So you earn those college credits, and at the same time, you're earning those credits toward high school as well. For some schools, that is not always permitted, but you can ask your school counselor. Regardless, if you take a college level course, you will be able to earn college credits for that class. Students also sometimes utilize this program to increase their college readiness. If a student takes the college placement test, which is called the AccuPlacer, and they don't quite meet the score that they were looking for, they may be taking some remedial or foundational courses in the areas of math or reading. They can take these at a discounted rate while in high school, get them out of the way, and then when they graduate high school, they can have those over with and enter college, taking college level classes right away. And then lastly on this screen, we see that students often use this program to explore career pathways. Suppose a student is interested in business or criminal justice or healthcare. They can take courses in these areas, try them out, and they may confirm their interests. Wow, I really did enjoy that. I want to keep studying that. Or they may realize, you know what, that just wasn't for me. And all of this is at a discounted tuition rate. Currently, the rate is $75 per credit. There are no additional fees, and this is for both in-county and out-of-county students in New Jersey. Most college courses are 3 credits, which means most classes at the college would be a total of 225. The only thing a student would pay more than that is if they need to buy or rent a textbook. Some college courses are 4 credits, such as sciences and some math courses. Those would be $300 total for the course. What are some benefits of the HSOP program? Well, for one, that discounted rate is on an unlimited number of credits. That means students could just take a course or 2 in the program, or they could actually work on completing an entire degree. We have had HSOP students graduate with an associate degree. When they do this, they participate in the May graduation ceremony 1 month before they usually graduate high school in June. Not all students will earn an entire degree. That's a very specific scenario, but some students may earn 30 credits toward a degree, or they might just take a course or 2. Either way is fine. Some high schools have a program that is called dual credit, and some students may be able to earn high school credits by taking college courses here at the college. This will depend on the high school. Not all high schools permit a college course in place of a high school course. You can speak with your school counselor about this. Another benefit for HSOP is it gives you a competitive advantage. So when you're applying for 4-year schools, if you choose to apply directly to a 4-year college, not all high school students applying have taken college courses before. So you may be having a leg up on the competition by applying to college with college credits already under your belt. Yet another benefit for HSOP is that students can participate in student life. This includes activities and clubs and organizations, not only clubs for recreational purposes, but also things like student government or honor societies. The only item that cannot be included in this is the competitive athletics. So high school students would be able to participate in their high school's athletic programs, not here at the college. Also, high school students can utilize all of the campus services. Two that we'd like to highlight are tutoring and the Career Services Center. Tutoring is in our Academic Support Center office. They also offer writing assistance for courses that require essays, and they offer webinars on a variety of topics, such as study skills. There's no cost for those services. Likewise, career services, which is now called internship and career planning. Students are able to work on a resume there. They're able to take a questionnaire related to their interests to help them decide on their major or future career, and there's no cost for that service. So what types of classes can I take? You might be wondering. One of the most common categories is to take general education courses. These are courses that are required for almost any college major, and they may include things like English, psychology, history. Students may also be interested to take degree-specific courses. So if a student has a specific interest, such as computer graphics or criminal justice or healthcare, you can try out those types of courses as long as you meet the prerequisites. See if you actually do like that area of study or not. And then also, some students are determined to pursue a particular program of study. This does not mean that they're necessarily completing an entire associate degree while they're in high school, but they might actually be following a certain track toward a certain major. We have over 100 degree and certificate programs on the two campuses combined. And in the past, we have had high school students pursue things such as engineering, liberal arts, radio, television, and film, criminal justice, and others. What class formats are there? We do have face-to-face or a lecture setting. This is more of a traditional classroom setting, physically in person. We also have hybrid courses. This means that a student is having about half of their time in the classroom physically and about half of the time online. We also have online classes or traditional online classes. This is a type of online class where the student is accessing more of written information and visuals that might be posted to an online learning platform. It does not include a live video session, such as Zoom or Microsoft Teams. So traditional online is more of that online course where the student is logging into the online learning platform. They may be reading information that the professor posted. There may be a discussion board for them to type back and forth with the professor and with other students, but there's no live video sessions. Last, we have live online, and this is using a live video session. There are specific days of the week and times of day. This would be using Zoom, Microsoft Teams, Google Classroom, any of those where there is a video conferencing software. So that is live online. Are HSOP students treated as college students? Yes. You will be taking college courses with traditional college students, which means the students that have already graduated from high school. Your professor will treat you as a college student. They will not give you special treatment for being a high schooler. So they will expect you to turn in work on time. If you need to miss a class, they won't necessarily excuse that for you because it has to do with something from your high school. So you just want to keep that in mind, that they are going to treat you as a college student. And because you're taking real college courses, you're earning true college credits, you are seen as a college student in the system here, in the college system. Along with that, FERPA, which is the federal law that protects student educational records, it protects you and your information at the college. So even though you may be a high school student and you may be a minor, here at the college, you are considered a college student, and FERPA is protecting your information. This means parents cannot access RCSJ student records without the student's explicit written permission. Of course, parents can be involved in the process all along the way, as long as the student is also present. And now I'd like to turn it over to our other host today.
All right, so college is just going to class. That is a motto that we have for all of our students. And as a high school option student, you, just like what was mentioned before, you're seen as a college student, you're treated just like any other college student, which means that you get to participate in all of the resources and activities that we have at the college. So when it comes to being involved, we encourage you to do that. It's a great opportunity to connect with other people. We also have activities on campus that you can participate in. We have clubs that you can participate in as well. And we're going to show you the website for our student life department. And it's going to have a list of all the different clubs that you can join. So you'll see right now, there's DECA, Gamers Guild. And these, change over time. They're student run. So students are more than welcome to gather a group of people who have the same mission, and they can create their own club as well. We have the Science Club, Student Nurses Organization. So some of them have to do with what they are majoring in, others are just general interests. There's also the Student Government Association. And then you can get involved with the honor societies as well. So if you want to refer back to that list, you can just go to this website here. And here are some of the resources that you have access to at both campuses. So we have security at both the Gloucester and Cumberland campus. We have academic support, which you may know as tutoring. That is available to everyone, and there are walk-ins that are available for both online and in person. We have a counseling and wellness center at each campus, which welcomes walk-ins as well. You don't need an appointment to use that resource. And we also have special services. And just to get into some more detail about special services, if you are a high school student who currently has an IEP or a 504 plan, those documents do not automatically transfer to the college. So it is your responsibility to meet with special services, to give them the documents that you have in place, and then you will discuss the accommodations that will then go over to the college. And then that way, your professors will have those accommodations already in front of them at the start of the semester. We also have student life. So that's going back to the clubs and different organizations that you can join. You are more than welcome to participate in as many as you like. In addition to that, if you're not interested in a club or you're not sure which club you want to join yet, there are always campus events for our students. And so you're more than welcome to join those. We have our career services where you can meet with an advisor and take an assessment called Focus 2. And with that assessment, it can break down your different skills, strengths, interests, and how that relates to different majors we offer at RCSJ. We also have technical support. So if you're ever having any issues logging into your portal, accessing e-learning, which is an online platform for our courses, you can always reach technical support for assistance. And then we have a food pantry on both campuses as well. So there's a website where you can go to rcsj.edu and you can go to student services to view more information about these resources. So how do you sign up for HSOP? So we have 3 easy steps. The first step is to complete the high school participation form, also known as our application. So the participation form, we title it that way because Not only does the student need to sign off on the form, but we also get a signature from a parent or guardian and a school counselor. So there is a writable PDF on our website, rcsj.edu/HSOP. So you can get a copy of it there. You can ask your school counselor for a copy if you'd like one as well. And what you will do is fill out your participation form and then fill it out so that it's entirely completed. And then you give it to your school counselor. Your school counselor will sign off on their signature line. They may also send an email in lieu of a signature if we're doing this virtually. And then your school counselor will also send your high school transcript along with the completed participation form. They'll also send test scores that they have on file. Sometimes the test scores that the school counselor has on file might not be completely in sync with a test that you completed in the last few weeks. So we sometimes have students send their test scores individually, but if the school counselor has access to them, they'll also send those. So the SAT or the ACT are examples of standardized test scores that can be submitted, and I'll get into a little bit more information about that later. The second step after the participation form is to satisfy AccuPlacer requirements. So if you have exemptions from a standardized test like the SAT or ACT, it could exempt you from the entire AccuPlacer, or it could exempt you from certain sections of the AccuPlacer. The AccuPlacer has 3 sections: reading, writing, and math. So depending on what you're exempt from will determine which sections of the AccuPlacer you will take. You'll take the AccuPlacer at the Gloucester campus. It's free the first time you take it, and it's not timed as well. After you finish your testing requirements, you're going to schedule an appointment with your HSOP advisor to register for classes. And to get to the calendar for that, you go to rcsj.edu/HSOP/appointments. And if you're interested in the Cumberland campus, you're going to go to rcsj.edu/cc/HSOP. So what happens once you apply? So once the participation form has been submitted with your potential standardized scores, if they're available, and your high school transcript, it will be processed. And then once it's processed, you will receive an HSOP acceptance email from our Office of Admissions. So whichever email address you use in your participation form, you want to check that email address because that's where your acceptance email is going to be sent. And that acceptance email is going to contain your RCSJ username and student ID number, which is essential for logging into the portal for the first time. You're more than welcome to log in before you meet with your advisor so you can become familiar with everything. After that, you're going to take the AccuPlacer if you need to take the AccuPlacer, unless you have an exemption such as the qualifying SAT or ACT scores. When you take the AccuPlacer and schedule it online, it will ask for your A number. That way your A number and your AccuPlacer scores can be synced right away. And then after you finish the AccuPlacer score or set your standardized test scores, you can meet with your academic advisor to register for classes. Right now, appointments are held in person and virtually. So it is whatever your preference is. And of course, depending on state guidelines due to COVID-19 at this time. So your AccuPlacer test, like I mentioned before, it's offered at no charge. It can be taken in parts. So for students who may feel a little intimidated by taking reading, writing, and math all in one go, you are more than welcome to take one section at a time. Some students might take their reading and writing together, and then they might take their math separately. So what type of courses you want to enroll in will determine the sections of the AccuPlacer you want to have completed. So for reading, that's going to test you on reading comprehension, and that's a requirement for all courses. So no matter what, you're going to be taking the reading section of the AccuPlacer. For writing, you would specifically take that if you want to take English composition. Now, that will give you an essay, and students will complete their essay in the writing section of the AccuPlacer. And then we'll also test students in sentence skills. For the last section, math, that's going to specifically test students in algebra. And you would need the section if you want to register for a math course or a science course. And if you have test scores, you could be exempt. So let's take a look at what our current test exemptions are. All right, so most high school students are looking at the section at the top that says standardized test scores. So we have the ACT listed there. We also have the the SAT, and we have the NJSLA, that, or the PARC. That has to be from 11th grade though, so just keep that in mind as well. All right, the registration guide. So to review course offerings, we encourage students to go to this website, do a little bit of research ahead of time to see what courses are available before you meet with your HSOP advisor. So for that, you're going to go to rcsj.edu/gc/courses, and then you'll select the semester that you're interested in. So if summer is available, you'll select summer. Fall, if you're looking for a fall course at the beginning of the school year, you'll select fall, and then you'll enter the subject of the courses you're interested in, and it will list every single course available for that subject. For the course registration time periods, for fall registration, that typically opens in April, and we register those students from April to August. For summer registration, if you want to take a summer course, that's going to start in April as well, and then we will register those students up until July. For spring registration, you'll meet with your HSOP advisor in November, and we can help students register for spring courses as late as January. And then for winter registration, that also starts in November, and then that will end in December. So when you register for your courses, you can meet with them, with your advisor through Zoom, in person, or on the phone. Again, as I mentioned before, it's completely your preference or whatever guidelines are in place through the state of New Jersey. But for each semester, I wanted to just explain the timeline. So when you sign up for a fall course, that course is going to take place from September to December. Winter courses are very short. They're 4 weeks long. That goes from December to January. And then the spring semester goes from January to May. The summer semester is May through August. Now with the summer semester, we have 3 different sessions that students can join. We have summer session 1, 2, and 3. 1 goes from May to June, 2 goes from June to July, and 3 goes from July to August. So if you want information and appointment calendars, you can go to rcsj.edu/HSOP. And then on the left side, you'll see a link that says make an appointment. You can click on that and get some information about the program itself if you just go to the general HSOP website. For making an appointment as well, you have a specific web page listed. It's rcsj.edu/HSOP/appointments. And that concludes our presentation. We are very happy that you were interested in the program, and hopefully you learned a lot of information about what we offer and have a better idea of how to get started.
And we look forward to hearing from you.